Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios, presented by Piranha Animal Health in the horse capital of the world.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Show presented by Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Thank you to Larson Farms, our television broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
I'm Louisa Buck.
I'm Dancing Pete Rhoda.
And we have a very good friend of ours here in the studio, Catherine York from Florida Dales. Catherine,
Yes,
so
thank
nice
you.
to have you back.
Thank you for having me.
It's wonderful. It's been too long. So
Yes.
we've talked a lot about the wonderful Dales pony of Florida Dales and just how important it is that we keep this breed going. Critically endangered, with only a few thousand left in the world, you are certainly doing your part.
I'm trying. I'm trying, but there's some really wonderful new people coming into the breed, and I think that that's going to really help as well. Some new breeders, some new enthusiasts of the breed, so we're trying the best we can to just keep the numbers steady.
It's hard not to love them. They're so beautiful and
They are.
hardy and tough, and they have quite a hardy big history in world wars,
Right.
used to back in the day to help with the artillery, with packs, with
Right.
all sorts of things, and that was a really big part of what increased the breed at that time. And then sadly after the war, a lot were left in Europe. Then mechanism came and horses weren't needed as much, and that breed was severely diminished after that.
Right. I think too there was the cost of having an animal, the industrialization, the wars, and all those factors played into not as many ponies being bred and kept. So I think it was the dedicated breeders of the UK that really worked hard and appreciated the breed to, be able to have them proliferate and get the numbers back up. So currently we're at about 3,000 in the world. That includes the UK, Europe, there's some in different parts of Europe, and Australia, a new breeder in Australia, and then also North America. So in North America we have about 300, and the numbers too, because people don't report deaths as often, we have unfortunately lost some ponies this year, and not reporting those can skew the numbers a little bit. But last year we had a really good crop. I think it was 17 new foals, and this year we've got 9 already. 2 of them are mine, and it's exciting.
I think it's really neat. I have to ask you why you chose Dales ponies. You have to have just fallen in love with them.
I did. So I had a warm blood that I loved, of course, but I think with getting older, I wanted something a little calmer and closer to the ground. So I did my research, and I saw this really large-bodied pony that I just fell in love with. They come in mostly black, but you can get them in bay and also gray. And roan is the least common. And so I found out there was a woman from England, Zana Jackson, that is a good friend of mine. And so she ended up in Micanopy. I met her through another breeder and went and looked at the ponies and fell in love. And I remember my first experience was riding Sauermeier Carol, who was the gray pony that you saw at the parades and such. and I was in a lightning storm, and she got me back in one piece without one sidestep. And I thought,
And you were sold.
that's it. This is a pony for me. So,
That's
and
incredible.
she had Maverick, and Maverick became our stallion, and you named him.
I can't believe how long ago that was.
Yeah, I know, 8 years.
When you said he was 8, I said, "Oh my
8,
goodness!"
yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun.
And he's had so many babies, and now he's had 9 babies, and then he became a grandpa a few times over. So we're just really enjoying it. And
Talk to us a little bit. You're in the Morriston area. You've recently actually moved into the Morriston area, and coming out to see them yesterday was really special. They are all personality.
yeah, they are.
Tell us a little bit about some of their traits.
Yeah, they're called the Great All-Rounder. They're very versatile. They were originally bred to carry large weight over mountainous regions. So they're very...
That goes back to the war and
Right.
all of that, right?
Right.
As well as...
Well, they're pre-Roman. They go back to the Galloways. And they carried ore and big packs of about 250 pounds in that range. And that's why they have the high stepping action that goes through to the shoulder, so that they didn't lose their load. So they're very sure-footed, which I love.
That's
Yes, I love
extra,
it.
right? That's
and,
extra.
And they're just a very docile, people-oriented breed. So as you saw when you
Yes.
came
Yesterday,
out yesterday,
even the foal was like, "Hey, I want to be in your business, play with your
Right.
camera bag,
yeah,
visit with you."
Yeah.
Very curious and
they are.
interested.
They're very curious, and I think that's why they're so versatile. I mean, there are people that have done, well, one gal who actually is not far away from me at my new farm, she does combined training. She's been at Live Oak in driving, and she's also done the Florida Horse Park in intermediate. So she's done really well
So
with...
kind of showing off
them.
what their abilities
Right.
actually are.
Right.
Because when you think of a pony, people tend to think of a small child's pony.
Right.
But they aren't.
Right.
They're built for an adult. They're
Right.
stocky and strong, as
They
you
are.
mentioned.
They are.
Built to carry large loads. And so even though when you hear the word pony, you
Right.
either think of a horse at the track that's ponying a thoroughbred, or you think of a small child's
Right.
pony, but they're not.
No,
by any
they're
means.
not.
And the high stepping, let's go back to the high stepping, because I was watching even that foal that's only a few weeks old was high stepping.
Right.
That's beautiful.
They have that action in the front, which gives them versatility over different terrain heights.
Being from England, I feel quite ashamed of myself that I've never ridden one. Is that comfortable? It looks comfortable.
It is. It is. Mine, you can sit the trot, no problem. And the canters are lovely. So,
The
yeah.
movement's
And just
beautiful.
the calmness of them. So I've had Maverick trained in both dressage and driving, and Thorsten said, "Wow, I can't believe their brain. It's a really wonderful brain," and it is, because they really learn quickly, and they're very willing, very willing. They'll do anything for their people.
That's interesting. You have to wonder what that gene pool is like, because the breeding is small, very small. It
Right.
hasn't expanded out to, hundreds of thousands across the globe yet. So,
Right.
although we would hope one day there will be more, but that's interesting when you think about the gene pool and the traits that they have, and that
Right.
they haven't been overbred at this point.
Right.
So, and there's only how many breeders did you say there are in America? There's not that many, right?
I haven't actually counted all the breeders. There's some on the West Coast. There's one in California. There's Ziggy is up in Maine and Downy Stales. There's quite a few in New York, and Illinois is a new one. They just started the Dark Horse Ranch, and they have a new 501c3 that's doing the Midwest Horse Fair every year. So that's a newer breeder. Some other breeders up in Illinois as well.
So they're little spread out.
So they are. And then Phoebe, the baby that I had this year, she's going up to Ohio at a new farm. Sandy is going to be having her as her foundation mare.
Hold that thought for me. We have to go to break on the Horse Talk Show, but we're coming right back with Catherine, and we're going to learn about some of the sports and versatility of the breed. Stay with us.
This show is brought to you in part by Seminole Feed Stores, family owned since 1934. Manufacturing fixed formula horse feeds with mindful monitoring and quality ingredients right here in Ocala in an all-natural, non-medicated feed mill. Seminole Feed, simply the world's best and safest feed. Like them on Facebook now or find them at SeminoleFeed.com. This show is brought to you in part by TT Distributors, dedicated to bringing their customers the largest selection of quality horse supplements, products, and farrier supplies in Florida at affordable prices. Also online at TTDistributors.com.
D&N Equine Recovery is owned and operated by avid horsemen. With over 75 years of experience in the equine industry, D&N Equine Recovery provides the only whole horse crematorium in the greater Levy-Marion County area, serving all of North Central Florida. All cremations are done privately and, most importantly, intact. With a custom engineered trailer and state-of-the-art crematorium, D&N are able to handle even the largest horses with ease. All staff are dedicated to demonstrating the utmost respect throughout very emotional and delicate process, providing compassionate and timely service when it matters to horse owners the most. For more information, go to dnequinerecoveryllc.com.
Veteran-owned Wide Automotive, that's W-E-I-D-E, is a beacon of automotive excellence in Ocala. Founded on integrity and expertise with unwavering dedication in all operations, we seek to forge lasting relationships with our clients. Whether you have one vehicle or a fleet, we pledge our best effort in quality service. From repairs, diagnostics, tire repair and replacement, diesel engine work, horse trailers, car batteries, wheel alignments, fuel systems, and more. Discover more at wideautomotive.com.
The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios, presented by Piranha Animal Health in the horse capital of the world.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. We're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the Horse Talk Show, presented by Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Thank you to Larson Farms, our television broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
I'm Louisa Button.
I'm Dancing Pete Rhoda.
And we are talking to Catherine York from Florida Dales. And we have been talking a little bit about the incredible but critically endangered breed, the Dales pony. As I mentioned in the prior segment, ponies, you think of small child. These are quite stocky and strong and quite capable of carrying adults, and very, very versatile, being used for multiple different sports and disciplines across the globe. Unfortunately, there's only a few thousand of them, but Catherine's definitely contributing to the effort of making sure we keep reproducing these incredible ponies. So we've been talking a little bit about the history of the ponies and kind of pre-Roman, going way back, and then what they did to contribute as war horses during the wars, and really how they started to dwindle after that. Everything became industrialized and mechanized, and horses were not being used as much for that sort of thing. So now people who own them ride both English and Western and drive and do all sorts of things. Tell us a little bit about what they're good at.
Yeah, they're called the great all-rounder for a reason. They're very versatile, and I think that their attitude, which is a can-do attitude, is part of what makes them so easy to work with. So, of course, we've got breeders. We have someone that does combined driving. They've been ridden in dressage, I've done obstacles, I've done hunter paces, you can fox hunt with them. We've done trick training. I've even done mounted trooper training with them a couple times. And they're, eventing, lower level eventing. I think pretty much you can do anything
Trail
that you
riding,
put.
of
Yeah.
course.
Oh, trail riding's so fun because they're just so sure-footed, and they're just a blast to go out, especially the trails in Ocala. I love going up and down in, some of the steps that are in Shangri-La are just really fun to ride them on.
Beautiful
So-
trails.
What's the height range?
They range from 13.2 up to 14.3-ish. And mine tend to be on the larger side. So mine
And
are
stocky.
and stocky. Now, in order to get licensed as a stallion, you have to have a minimum of 8 inches of bone around the cannon bone, and so they have to be
Wow.
big boned. And I think
I
that-
love that they're doing that they're keeping true to the real breed,
right.
rather
Yeah.
than letting people, oh, it'd be prettier if it was finer and all that sort of thing.
Right.
Whereas keeping true to the breed is what keeps
I
those
agree.
wonderful characteristics there.
Or
I
throwing
agree.
in color. I love when you see colors that aren't supposed to be in a breed.
Right.
You're like, oh, I wonder how they did that. They threw some quarter horse in that
Right,
had
right.
that color. And
Well, that's a big no-no in our breed. Like, we want to keep them as they are, and I think follow the standard. The roan was very rare, and there is a breeder that has really helped so much, Roandale's stud, and they have really helped the roans become more known. And so they've been breeding quite a few. I think they had the only homozygous mare that actually threw all roan, but she passed away a few years ago. So to the best of my knowledge, there's not a homozygous anywhere.
And Maverick was the first born here, right?
Right, he was the first born and bred in the U.S.
In the U.S.
Right,
Okay.
right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty
And
awesome.
Envoy to Kingmaker is a bay roan, which is the rarest, I believe, the rarest color. And so he's up in Maine standing right now. And Maverick came from him, so yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And you've got a couple of foals this year that we got to meet. One that's just a few weeks old, already running around with mom and,
Yeah.
and having a good time. And I was watching that foal yesterday thinking, wow, that's a beautiful move.
Yeah.
Gorgeous,
Yeah.
beautiful. And then you have another one that's a few months old, right? Born
Yes.
in April.
Yes, Artemis. He's Florida Dale's Fly Me to the Moon, Artemis. And he's a little spitfire. He's so curious.
He was definitely interested in all the camera equipment.
Yes,
Absolutely.
that's the thing. You can't get a picture of a Dale's because they want to come right up to you and have their nose right on the camera.
And
So,
visit, yeah.
Yeah.
They're very
And-
interested.
now, did they use the Dale's pony to create any other breeds?
They did actually. The Gypsy Vonner used to be larger, and the Dales were bred with the Gypsy to help downsize them in Europe. So they do have quite a bit of blood in there. I would love to see some Gypsies with mixed with a stallion from the Dales to see what
would be interesting.
Yeah, it
would
would.
definitely be stocky.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
strong.
Well, they are, both breeds are, and they
Yes.
both have
And
feathers,
both are very
a lot
personable.
of hair.
Yeah, both very, very personable breeds.
Right.
Both want to be in your pocket type breeds.
Definitely.
Or at least all the ones I've come across so far.
Yeah,
Yours are
Definitely.
exceptionally friendly.
they are. And that little filly looks like a filly, doesn't she?
Oh my
She's
gosh, yes.
so pretty.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah,
Oh.
she really is.
So how do people find out more? And I know there's an American Society for Dales, and then of course there's the United Kingdom Society for the Dales Ponies. But how do people find you if they're
Right.
interested and to learn more about the breed, or come out and see them, or maybe even want to buy one at some point?
Yep, you can find me at floridadalesstud.com. And then also there's a really great organization, the Dales Pony Conservancy of North America. It started as a grassroots organization, just a few of us, and then it grew and we got some new blood in, and they really helped to make it bigger and to serve a bigger membership. So we had 2 grants in the past year from the Hamilton Rare Breeds. We became a 501c3, which is really great. And so we can take those donations. Through those donations, we've actually purchased semen from the UK from a stallion that doesn't have representation here for diversity. So the dpcna.com is a great source, and they have ponies for sale on there, and also stallions and photographs of Dales, and you can always reach us through there as well.
Phenomenal. Well, we have some goodies for you. We have a Piranha bag here with some lovely sample
Thank
size
you.
bottles that are nice for traveling.
Ooh, thank
and
you.
we have some KWell USA products for you to try, all natural healing sprays.
Thank
and
you.
there's also some Red Repel in there that's fantastic for putting on like
Yeah, I
sores,
saw
summer
this.
sores. This is a really,
Nice.
really good product. There's even some Odaway in there for you, in case you ever need to spray a helmet or
Oh, thank
a
you.
travel bag or anything.
Oh,
And then, of course, your dandy brush.
Yes.
You've got to
I
have a
love
Horse Talk
this.
Show dandy brush that came from TT Distributors, and those are very useful to have around, especially when you have hairy animals.
Yes, yes.
good for getting
I
the
love
dirt
TT.
out.
I'm
Yes.
there a lot.
I know, I am too.
Yes.
So, are there any closing remarks or comments that you want to share with our audience just about how wonderful they are and how much you
Yeah.
enjoy the breed? How long
I
have you
do.
been doing this?
2017.
2017.
Yeah. So almost 10 years.
Goodness.
And I love the breed. It's a great family breed and a great breed for older men and women. They're big enough that they could carry a man.
Absolutely.
And
Good for anybody.
I just love them. Just have fun with them. And we need support.
Yes.
You know, we need support to continue.
Absolutely.
Because if we don't have interest and we don't sell foals and adults, then we're really,
And we want the breed to go on.
we do.
Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you
for
so
being
much.
with us.
Thank you, Louisa.
We are going to break and we will be right back after this. Stay with us.